Hey guys, in today's video, we'll be talking about Dr. John's Bandit, as well as a new base plate I picked up, the level 2 brass from Charcoal Goods. Coming right up. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host John, aka Lather Hog, and we have a few new things to talk about for the shave today. First is the second set that I mentioned in a video last week, and that is a new release from Dr. John's, and that is the scent called Bandit. And Bandit, we have the trifecta actually today. So here you can see the shave soap. This is 4 ounces in the tin, right there. Both soap here, splash, and for the second time on the channel, we also have the matching fragrance. In this case, it is a eau de toilette. And let's get right to the scent itself. Let me give you the initial impressions of the tin. There's the fresh pour. It is very well blended. It's kind of hard to decipher any singular note. I get a little kind of spicy herbiness. It's clean. There's a clean factor to it as well. Clean floral. And an overall masculine kind of vibe to it. So scent strength, not too strong off the puck on this one. I would say probably like a 5 or 6 out of 10. We'll I think we'll see more notes open up upon lathering and getting into the shave, but let me show you what else we're going to use today. Before I forget, quick disclosure, the set trifecta of Bandit from Dr. John's was sent as a gift. I did not purchase it, but all thoughts and opinions shared today are indeed my own. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, so next up for the razor, I'm quite excited to use this, guys. I've been hearing lots of great things about the current generation of Charcoal Goods razors. And I do have a level 2, I forget if it's first or second generation. It's on the older side, brass razor here. This is kind of what I use when I have like a week's worth of growth or just a little bit more growth. But based on the things I've been hearing about this new one, and this is the Gen 3 level 2 brass. You can see here, just kind of the overall design of this guy. I want to give a big shout out to Alfie over on the Lather Talk Discord. We were talking about this razor, kind of interested in it, and I think it came up that the Everyday razor that came out, which is one of the newer razors from Charcoal Goods, that top cap, despite coming out before Charcoal Goods took a bit of a break, that the current level 1, 2, and 3 can fit in the Everyday razor top cap and handle. So big thank you to Alfie who confirmed that with Charcoal Goods, because it just meant I could pick up the base plate to give this a go. So what the situation we have here, well, first, hopefully this can show up a bit. You can see the logo for Charcoal Goods, label level 2. It does not have posts in the base plate. It has 2 little nubs. And the bottom has a cool design too. It has the serial number and some horizontal lines there. And voila, we have a mixed metal razor for today. So brass base plate, stainless steel top cap and handle. And this is I think it's a hollow handle. So despite being stainless steel, it is on the lighter side. Not as light as titanium or aluminum, but still very comfortable. The actual design of it, I'm okay with it. I do like it more than the 2 other handle offerings that Charcoal Goods has currently. So the blade that we have loaded in the razor today also is a fresh Astra SP. So yeah, very excited to use this. And lastly from the brush, we have one of my favorites from Grizzly Bay right here. And you can see a beautiful kind of graphite charcoal gray top with some copper flakes at the bottom. I thought it matched quite nicely. I don't quite have black and gold, which would match even better, but I think these complement each other very well. Also, I just like the brush, besides the matchiness. But this one's loaded with a, I believe this is a 26mm Maggard's SHD fan badger knot. Lastly, I'm working with 3 days worth of beard growth, which I think is pretty noticeable. And time to knock this down. So before we move further on into the shave, if you're enjoying the video, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel and don't miss out on any new videos. Alright, so as I'm doing the face lather, let me share with you the official notes on Bandit from Dr. John's. So the scent notes we got here are leather, incense, gardenia, thyme, citrus, herb, and whiskey. Just before recording, I was just reading up on the scent notes and the kind of inspiration behind the scent. And I do believe I'm getting some Burt Reynolds vibes from the write-up, a la Smokey and the Bandit. 70s, fast cars, Coors Light. Although there's no Coors Light note, you'll want to note that it's in fact whiskey. Whiskey is the booze of choice among the scent notes. And my initial sniff off the tub, I did say this was a masculine leaning fragrance. I think that leather and incense right off the top certainly contributing to that factor. The funny thing is, the gardenia and the herbs, thyme is the one specifically listed. I think that's really dominating the top notes right now as I'm lathering this. So it does give it a kind of a masculine floral vibe, but also a little powdery and clean as well. And I think that does share it shares similarities as far as the style goes with the other release, Black River, which I covered in a previous video. But even though they both have kind of a masculine powdery vibe, they're very different scents. So kind of kudos to Dr. John's. I'm starting to think, especially using these soaps kind of back to back or very, very close proximity to each other, there's a distinct masculine floral style emerging from Dr. John's that might have always been there, but I know I'm definitely picking up on it. Just think of other scents I used in the past, like even Flowers of the Dark is one of my favorites, and it's got a killer label. That's a wonderful take for a lavender forward scent. And even though it wasn't one of my favorites, but it kind of falls in this style as well, is Pan's Pipe, I believe is the name. I will have to double check that, but that was one that kind of had the floral cleanness. I think it vaguely reminded me of Pinot Clubman, but it also has a cannabis note. So that one's actually quite unique. Yeah, I just got another whiff of that thyme too. And that's actually an herb I use a lot in cooking, especially doing chicken dishes. Stuff like roast chicken, chicken noodle soup, or even one thing I'll make is bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs and doing my own spice mixture, which heavily features thyme and paprika. So I can definitely pick out the thyme, given how much I like to use it in cooking. I can't say I'm getting too much on the whiskey. The whiskey, leather, and incense are kind of those more, I think they're gonna be more base notes, they're gonna be more in the dry down, but I kind of expect to get that more when we go to the aftershave splash, and definitely when we put on that EDT. All right, so here is the result on the lather. I like Dr. John's formula. For vegan soaps, there are a few I like better, but this one is no slouch. Again, it's easy to work with. It's not overly fluffy. Although you can see, as I was building the lather, it gets that way and then kind of smooths out. All right, so already I am confirming what I heard in that compared to the previous generations, level 2, the blade feel on this is definitely turned down. For me, that's a good thing. For you, it might not be. You might like a healthy amount of blade feel. It is turned down. It is still there, mind you. I'm not sure if I formally categorize like amounts of blade feel, but I would say it's like in the medium low to medium. I think in the past I've used the word moderate. You have the main benchmarks are mild, medium/moderate, and then high blade feel. And then little kind of half degree ticks in between that. But one big selling point to try this razor was that these Generation 3 Level 2s kept the efficiency of the previous generation's Level 2 and just turned down that variable of blade feel. It's there. It's again, I confirm it. It's definitely there. Also, I am really just loving this mixed metal look. I don't know what it is about it. Stainless steel and brass together. And that's speaking of mixed metal, before I bought this, I felt like I did have a silly internal conversation in that, should I just buy the base plate knowing that it can match with the top cap and handle I have already, or do I want to pick up a brand new full razor? You know, with basically its own top cap and handle. So I'm curious, what would you guys do if you were in my situation? Would you just pick up a new top cap and handle with the base plate of your choice that you want to try, or would you just buy the base plate, save some dollars, and be on your way? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. I was a little too quick in starting up my lather for my second pass. So let me just note right now, really excellent first pass. So far, no nicks or weepers. I mean, I haven't done against the grain pass yet, so we shall see. All right, here we go with against the grain. There's definitely audio feedback, but not quite in the degree of my older Level 2. Or even other razors. It's just funny. Sometimes with against the grain pass, it can be quite loud. And it's oddly satisfying. All right, so we're gonna stick with 2 passes today. Efficiency, definitely there. And I would say, it's hard to tell like right here, I just wiped it away. There was a little cut I gave myself over the weekend, and I think it reopened it. It's just like a little pencil dot there. And looking at my neck here, as far as like blood spots or nicks, weepers, whatever their proper terminology is, there's just a little bit, but it's quite faint. I think I'll trade those weepers for increased efficiency to a degree. This is very, very, very little, you know, compared to some other shaves I've had. So all that's to say, Very happy with these results, especially with a 2-pass shave. So let's finish things up with the matching splash for Bandit here. Give her a shake. All right, taking in the scent here on the aftershave splash. So yeah, it's funny. I'm getting more of the notes as I thought I might in the splash here. Specifically, the citrus note, which is often a top note that kind of presents itself. It can dissipate pretty quick, in which it kind of is here, but off the soap, I didn't get too much citrus. But here, that kind of pops and then is immediately flanked by that leather and incense and even a little bit of that whiskey. Because it's like, it might give you, what do you call those? Like a Manhattan or Old Fashioned. Whichever was the one that uses the orange peel in the cocktail. But it kind of has that vibe to it. It's a little sweet, a little boozy. And that leather and incense for kind of a masculine punch. Very nice. The floral from the gardenia and the thyme is still there, but it's much more balanced. So versus I think in the soap itself and lathered up and whatnot, it was mostly that floral powdery notes and thyme and herbs. I think the other herbs, although I can't pinpoint what herbs exactly, those were definitely more. I would say those are more at the forefront of the soap. But the splash here. Very nice. Again, nothing I can directly compare it to other than it, like the feeling and the general vibe of Bandit. I feel like it's like a cousin or it's some sort of relative to Black River. I can really see those in the same family, and that really might just be kind of me finally seeing this is the style that John from Dr. John's has kind of established for himself. Which is very cool, I think. Like Barrister and Man, Will over there, and other, there's other soapers who have tried their hand making their own fragrances. It's cool when you kind of see a running theme, consistency and whatnot, to be able to say, oh yeah, that's, that for sure is a Dr. John scent, or that for sure is a Declaration Grooming scent. Also note that there's a little bit of menthol in the aftershave. Perfectly good amount. Cools the face a little bit to offer some soothing goodness, but not enough to interfere with the scent itself. But you know what? It doesn't matter because we're gonna use the eau de toilette, the fragrance, as well. So there's a look at the bottle. Pardon the truck outside backing up. I think there's a bunch of construction happening. 2 or 3 different houses across the street from me. It is totally common for a brand new fragrance. There's air trapped in the atomizer, so you might give a few sprays before it comes out. There we go. Let's do 3, 2, 3. Ooh, and of course that stings a little bit because I just shaved. Let's do a 4th one in the back. Very pleasant. I would say pretty, kind of 1 for 1 as far as matching with the aftershave. The aftershave, I've said this countless times before, that really is the truest representation because soap bases tend to eat up certain notes or mask certain notes and push others. So nothing unexpected there. One thing I guess I'll have to come back to report on is the dry down. One great thing about fragrances is a scent kind of changing from the point when you first spray it till like an hour later, 2 hours later, and what notes become the dominant notes. And as for the razor today, fantastic shave, fantastic results from the Charcoal Goods Generation 3 Level 2 base plate. Man, I'm not sure if it's gonna beat the Overlander, but I'll gladly use either one. we have a bunch of razor battles to do, and this is definitely one I want to see kind of the results, the feel compared to the Overlander, because as you guys know, I've been talking a lot about that razor, but this one's right up there. I'm really impressed with how it went. Again, big shout out to Alfie over from the Ladder Talk Discord for helping enable this purchase and doing it in a way where I could use components I already owned from the Everyday Razor. But guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedules, joining me for this video, and just joining me for this shave, trying out some great stuff, trying out some new scents. Really happy to have your support. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Today's video was made possible in part by our wonderful patrons. For more information about our Patreon, check out patreon.com/lathertalk. You can also check out our Etsy store and pick up a comfy Lather Talk t-shirt or coffee mug. Find all the links down below.